What's up, buddy?
We're live. I'm already sucking them down, and I'm getting called into work right now.
Nice. Nice.
So I'm gonna bring in our special guest, Tony, to help take this off, buddy.
Dude, the fact that you open that with, yep, I'm already sucking them down. I already laughed out loud. I love it.
Yeah, it's terrible, buddy. It's terrible.
You heard the part about work, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Trust
well,
me. Hey, I'm not judging. I'd be right there with you.
No, I hear you. Well, I don't know where to go from here, guys. I
Shit,
guess.
just roll your intro real quick.
I'm
All
low
right,
man on
welcome
the
to
totem
another
pole.
Foodie show, our Sunday show here live on the Dude Network. Your weekly dose of all things cooking, food, and wherever else the ADHD takes us. AFS is a time where we get to nerd out and talk to all our favorite chefs, home cooks, BBQers, and creators. Of course, I'm your host, hailing out of the West, California, born and raised. Are you waving at me? Oh, no, I see what you're doing. As always, I'm joined by our friend and compadre, the smoker fried South Kakalaki Samurai, miner of choice for Carolina Gold, TDN Zone master of production, the segment soothsayer straight out of the 843 where he got third, but he should have got first. Daane.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Judge was probably named Larry. Just saying.
And
Yeah, it probably was.
Or Wanda. Judge
Yeah,
or
Wanda.
Two judges. You had Larry and Wanda.
we are our esteemed guest, the Prince of the Poors here.
That's right.
These guys are gonna have to take over for me. But if you missed Friday, Dudes After Dark, you can find it wherever you get your TDN fix. Like, share, subscribe, follow, and don't forget that we are on Spotify, and they also have a video podcast platform. Speaking of where to get your fix on Garage Beer. It's our beer of choice here on the Dude Network. Beer flavored beer. From what we hear, the lime's fantastic. As soon as we can get it out here, we will. And now to the meat and potatoes, man. I'll introduce my buddy Daane. He's in the real Pacific Northwest. I like to say I'm in the Pacific Northwest, but I'm just like Central Northwest. No.
Yeah.
But I mean Pacific Central West. Yeah. But hey, he's got a killer group on Facebook. He crushes it all over the place. He's got some of his pictures have some of the most beautiful scenery in them. Just to give you a little heads up, you haven't seen it. That's the logo. Can't play the music because YouTube is
Whack.
crazy.
Mhm.
Almost said something else, but that definitely would have got this demonetized.
Still early.
Yeah, we're 2.5 minutes into it. We got
Yeah.
Hey, it's
Without
good to me.
further ado, our man Daane Hagen.
What's up, guys?
How's
What's
it
up,
going?
man?
Hey, I am sporting the hat for the show, man.
I saw that. That's badass, dude. Awesome.
But hey, man, glad you're here. I really apologize for this, but I got to bounce.
I feel you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
okay.
dude.
You
Yeah,
got
I
a bounce. Oh, no.
I just
Yeah.
got called in, bro.
Yeah.
They just called me, and I guarantee. I mean, I'm gonna call them back and see. I mean, we can pray and hope, but
Can we do
You're
it
sick,
live?
you're sick, right?
no, I'm not gonna do it live. I don't know. It's a big corporation.
No. It's not like
So-
the old city hall days when you can turn off lights and shit while you're calling.
Yeah,
in.
not those days are long in the past, I guess. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you back in a second, huh?
Hey.
Hey,
we'll
if
see you
not,
tomorrow, bro.
Daane, thank you so much for doing this. I'll get in touch with you after all this madness, man.
I'm caught up to speed. I definitely have more than a half hour. I'm sorry. I thought you were back.
All right. Yeah.
Oh.
No,
All
sounds
right,
good,
man.
John Z. Yeah,
Yeah.
hit me up later.
Yeah,
We
for
love
sure,
you, John
guys.
Z. We
Love
love,
you
hey,
guys.
Ohio.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
All right, what's up, guys?
Hey, man. It's another Sunday. What's going on with you?
Yeah. Nothing, just trying to stay cool. We're pretty warm over here today, so.
What's
What,
warm for the Pacific
Yeah,
Northwest?
we need to know.
Well, I'm Central Washington State, so we're in the warmer part of the PNW. So we hit I think mid 80s today.
No, not too bad.
But we see triple digits in the summer. So
Okay, so that's about like Ohio then.
Yeah.
That's about-
But without the Carolina humidity, though.
Right on.
The humidity makes it feel like it's 120 over here.
Oh, geez. Yeah. No, thanks.
Yeah.
yeah.
So did you pretty much grow up all your life over there?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
gotcha.
Grew up in Washington State, born and bred. Been over here in Central Washington for a little over 20 years.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, tell us about it and tell us how you started up with PNW Smoked Barbecue.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of got into the whole barbecue thing. I mean, my whole life, my dad was always into barbecuing, you know. And then as I got older, you know, my dad got a Traeger, kind of got into the whole smoking foods type deal. And back in 2015, purchased my own smoker and kind of got into that. And then decided, you know, why not? I'm going to start a group, you know, to develop something that, you know, everybody that's like-minded in the barbecue world can share and, you know, talk about what, you know, what their love is in barbecue and in smoking meats, man.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't no wrong with it.
So like Central Washington, and you know, you probably get this all the time. You know, there's not a massive, at least it's not in my algorithm or anyone else's algorithm. Like the Pacific Northwest, there's just not as many creators, I feel, up in that Seattle, Oregon state in the foodie barbecue circuit as there is in other parts of the country. So when you get bundled into Pacific Northwest, when you're in Central Washington, do people like me just think you're just slinging salmon like 5 days a week and all this great seafood, but really you're still like hours from the coastline and it's not as easy as or affordable as maybe it might be? I'm curious on the food availability up there in Central Washington, what people think and what it actually is.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Columbia River at all, but it runs.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So huge river, one of the biggest ones in the Pacific Northwest anyways. It's literally 10 minutes away from me. So we have all the salmon that do their yearly runs, and we can get fresh fish that way. As far as, you know, being close to the ocean, I mean, I'm probably 3.5, 4 hours away from that. So yeah, so to you know, say I can get locally sourced fresh fish. I mean, that's, you know, kind of give or take it.
How much is a slab of salmon out there right now? Because right now it's atrociously expensive. It's like, you know, for a slab of salmon right now.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you that. I'm not I love salmon, don't get me wrong, but I haven't bought a slab in a while. So I couldn't even give you an exact price point on that, but I know it's not cheap.
All right, well, get back to me on that next time. Look for me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, dude.
You'll be shopping. You're like, well, what are you doing? Be like, oh, Tony wanted to know what the price of salmon was up here.
Yeah, right. Just randomly, for sure.
Hey, pics in the story, or it didn't happen.
I'm looking out, man.
David, how much is a slab of salmon down by you? Like, I'm talking like an actual piece of salmon, like a whole side.
I think I get right at $30 last time I bought one.
Damn, man, I'm getting robbed up here, dude. And we're close to Michigan, where they have the salmon runs and stuff.
But now the thing is, though, it's not no thick piece. It's very they must cut it one more time because it's thin. It's not thick, and that's for that.
Yeah, the ones I'm talking, they're like about this long.
Yeah, they're long, but like I said,
they're more wide than they are tall, but they do shrink up though when you cook them.
Right.
Yeah. See, we're already making them talk about salmon. You know,
yeah,
that's just bundling them up. Hey, by the way, you like salmon?
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest. We were talking about salmon, whether you liked it or not.
Right.
Speaking of salmon, tell us about this cook that you're doing right there.
Yeah, we did do a little creeping. Did do some.
Yeah,
creeping.
no. So I just a slab of steelhead through a mayonnaise base with garlic. It's called Bees Rub. It's a rub company I'm an ambassador for. So through some garlic rub that they have on that, and some Parmesan cheese, and just smoked her up, man.
Yeah, because that was the question I was going to ask. I didn't know if that was cream cheese or if that was mayonnaise you rubbed on.
Yeah. Mayonnaise base with Parmesan cheese and that garlic rub.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's if you haven't tried it, you got to try it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man, I tell you, we got the new season that came out Friday. Damon and Daane. Hey, got double D's up here. I always knew
double D's over there, bro.
Oh man. But no, the zesty anything bagel. If you put that on the cream cheese on some salmon, that'd be money because it's got like all the got new everybody that, by the way, real quick, hate to do a plug on your time here, Daane.
No, you're good, man.
We do have a couple updates we did not go over in the intro. The Redbeard Seasoning and Dude Network collab Zesty Anything Bagel was released on Friday. We finally got everything put together. They were able to get it put together for us. We're waiting on some fresh peppers to come in. So anybody that put in a pre-order, it is either in the mail as of Friday from Redbeard, or it was Saturday, or worst case scenario Monday. A lot of orders came in. Thank you for everybody for that. But if you did put in a pre-order, it has been fulfilled. It will be coming to you this week. That's all.
Yeah, no, I got to try some of that Redbeard. I mean, poster child.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna say. You fit right in.
Hey, everyone's saying you win. Everyone says you
win. You win tonight, Daane.
Yeah.
I'm going me and Daane. We got grays in ours, man. We got wisdom in ours.
There it goes.
Wisdom in ours, man.
Yep.
There it goes. Right there. He wins the beard contest tonight.
Oh, it's. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, we got
those commenting on that.
Yeah, we got
the Beard Gang.
Yep.
Nice.
I think that might have been it.
Yeah, I think that was only 2 beard ones.
No.
And then
the atmosphere was craving more than that. So
what's the cooking style, meaning like regionally, for that area? Because like here in the Carolinas, it's like a vinegar style with your barbecue and stuff like that. What's the style up there for y'all?
You know, I feel like we're kind of, I wouldn't say we have our quote unquote own style. I know that we use a lot of fruit in our barbecue sauces, and we have tons of I live in really close to apple. They call it the apple capital of the world, Wenatchee, Washington. So we have tons of apple. We do a lot of smoking with fruit woods. That's very big over here. Fish, a lot of them do alder. But yeah, no, just a lot of sweet rubs. I'm kind of one of those people that always try to adopt different. I don't have my own style. I just try to adopt, do a lot of research on certain things and kind of make, put my own twist on things to make it my own,
Right.
So.
Because that's what it's about.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. No.
Sorry. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like in Ohio, like cherry wood is a big deal up here. A lot of cherry, oak, maple.
Yeah, we got oak down there. Oak and pecan.
Yeah, oak and we don't have no pecan. That's one wood I have never worked with. If it wouldn't be for Bear Mountain Barbecue, I wouldn't even know what mesquite. But they sent them mesquite wood chunks, so at least I know what a good fresh mesquite's like. But that's about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's what we actually. I think Damon will agree. That's kind of like the purpose of this show is to educate ourselves and our audience of how everybody cooks around the country. Like,
right.
Ohio, it's like you. At least I was always told that, we don't really have a style, but there's actually, the more you like learn and talk to other people, there's like different parts of the state that have different styles, but it's still like an overall, like a real, in generalization, like a sticky sauce type,
right.
with vinegar mixed into it, but not nearly as much as the Carolinas, but more than like in Texas and like Memphis and stuff like that. So like up here, it's like apple cider vinegar. So it's just really fascinating, at least to like a true foodie.
Right.
So Like I'm always curious, like what are some common cuts of steak outside of like the sirloin strips, fillets? Like I saw you were doing like some flanker steaks and stuff like that, which I think we have a photo of. And I think that's the same as like a Korean rib, right? Like a Korean short rib.
Yeah, you'll see like the Korean bulgogi type beef. Yeah, it's the same thing. Just I don't know what you guys call it over there. We call them flanken steaks or flank steaks with bone
Right.
in.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy. Yeah, like
yeah, but not that's something that we've I grew up eating that. My dad would marinate them in Yoshida's teriyaki sauce and just throw those on the queue and call it good. But yeah, no, that's definitely a cut of choice. But I'm a ribeye guy. I don't know about you guys, but I love my ribeyes.
I have
Absolutely.
learned it wasn't my favorite cut until I entered an SCA and then entered and like practiced and like did it like really right. And then I cooked the prime ribeye for the first time at the SCA. And yeah, and I was like, okay, I see it now. Like I see it. I'm still not
That's
a
good
grisket
stuff.
guy. Yeah, give me a good strip. I guess outside of the flank. So what are some other outside of the common ones? What are some other common cuts you get in Central Washington?
Oh man, I mean I don't really there really isn't a different cut. I mean, we do a lot of T-bone. I see a lot of T-bone out here. I don't necessarily favor to that a whole lot, but really, I mean, as far as the beef cuts, I mean, I don't think it's any different than anywhere else that I've noticed, anyways.
Yeah, out here it's a lot of roast. Like you can get like any kind of roast on like eye around, chuck, like shoulder roast. Like I mean, any kind of roast you can think of. I can go to about any grocery store around me, and I've learned because living in another part, like that's not normal.
Yeah. No, I mean it's the same here. I mean, we have the stores we have around here. You have just what you said. I mean, roast, eye around. I mean, anytime I make jerky, it's usually one of those big cuts. We got our chuck roasts. But yeah, as far as having a specific cut around here, I don't feel like it. I mean, personally, I don't feel like it's any different than anywhere else.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
John Z is not paying attention while driving. He is not being a distracted driver at all right now. But favorite grill to cook on?
Oh man, it really depends. I mean, I don't really favor pellet versus wood or a stick burner. I do have a char griller that Acorn is probably one of my favorite things to cook on. And then I have a Green Mountain Grill. As far as the pellet side of the world there, man, it's really probably an even toss up between those two. It really just depends on what I'm cooking. But I mean, Green Mountain Grill was the first one I ever purchased, so I'd probably have to go with that. Just for the ease of everything. And then when I want the challenge, I'll bust out the char griller.
Damon, that's a good question for you too. What's your favorite, man? I know you got several. I mean, you've had, or favorite one you've ever used that maybe you lost, you weren't able to replace.
I mean, I'm about the same. I got both pellet and I've got pellets in a Weber kettle to do coals with. I'd really love to have a dang big open fire pit.
Yeah.
To do more of that, but favorite wise, it's kind of like what Daane was saying. I mean, just the ease, just depend on what I got cooking and how long I need. If I need something long, I'm gonna just throw it on the pellet grills. But mostly, I'd rather use the charcoal.
Yeah, I would say mine is my Okie Joe, man, because it was my first.
Right on.
Me and that thing went to war. I had no idea what the hell I was doing when I started firing up that thing. Like, I mean, that was rough. That was a rough learning curve. But when I mastered that one, though, I was like, yeah, I'll be sad when that one goes one day because them things ain't built to last.
Right.
Super long. And I mean, I'm still giving it the tallow baths. I'm trying my damnedest, but I know that thing's where that joint where the hot box is starting to separate. I'm like, no, I might have to get like a metal rod and prop the damn hot box up somehow, some way.
Yeah.
We need assistance. But yeah, I think that was a good question though, Johnsy. And that was actually one we've never really talked about ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damon, sorry.
No, so you said the Green Mountain, but your dad started on a Traeger. What?
Yeah.
I mean, don't get no company wars or nothing, but what drove you to the other when you learned on the Traeger?
So
Are you just a stubborn ass kid that don't do anything your dad does? You can do it better or something else.
No, I mean,
I was trying to pull it out.
Yeah, no, I favored the Green Mountain, and I decided to go different because, why not? I mean,
right.
At the time that I bought it, Green Mountain, I mean, it'd been around for a little bit, but I just decided to try it. I did a lot of research on it before I purchased it and decided, I pulled the trigger. But, not to favor that at all or anything, but it over a Traeger holds temp 1,000 times better than any Traeger I've ever seen.
Right.
So, and it does very good at holding temps. And that's, pretty key to when you're wanting to, do something like that. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So John G wants to know, still not paying attention. Daane, what's your favorite meal to prepare, smoke, or barbecue, etc.?
Oh, baby back ribs all day long. I would say that, and close second are chicken wings. Absolutely, those are probably two of my most favorite things to cook.
You make some damn good looking chicken wings now.
Yeah, sure do.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, I would say ribs. I think ribs was one of the very first things I smoked on my own was ribs and baby backs. It's got to be baby backs. I'm not a huge St. Louis fan, but yeah, sorry. Just I don't.
Pacific Northwesterners ruining barbecue,
right? But no, I've just never been a big fan of the St. Louis. So, but yeah, baby backs all day long.
Yeah.
Actually, I got a rack of St. Louis's. I got to bust out tomorrow. They're selling them up pre-trim for $10 a rack right now.
There you go.
No, you can't.
You better.
Fix or it didn't happen.
Oh, trust me. We all know the struggle, man. Today I didn't film food all day, and it was one of the happiest days of food making I've had in weeks.
Right.
Just doing basic doctored up sides. I mean, and I don't mean that. It's just sometimes it's nice to just cook and not worry about filming or taking a photo.
No, I agree. Yeah.
I tell you what, they go a hell of a lot quicker. They go a hell of a lot quicker.
They do.
No, yeah, not having to worry about taking a picture of this or a picture of that, But
But yeah, I'll definitely be taking some photos. You don't make ribs and barbecue without taking a photo.
Right.
If it takes 6 hours, it's at least worth a photo. It's at least worth a photo.
No, I agree.
We had another one here, and this is a good one from our good friend T. Carmack, who's always hammering, #Larry, always hammering out some good questions here for our guest. And this one was, because he's trying to go with the pessimistic point of view tonight.
Yeah,
Daane, what's your weakness as far as skill or knowledge? Or is there, I'll even add on to that, is there a cook that you haven't done yet as well that you're afraid to do, don't know how to do, but you want to do it?
Yeah, whole hog. Never done one. Always have wanted to do it, but I'll be honest with you, it's an intimidating cook to get, and yeah, I would say that not knowing, right temperatures. I mean, if I'm cooking one muscle at a time, sure, yeah, but I'm cooking the whole thing, so that's something that, like I said, definitely that I want to do, and I've done a lot of studying up on it, but I don't know if I don't know. It's one of those things I better start practicing.
So his question is, what would you say is your weakness though? What kicks your ass? To me, it's a tri-tip. I mean, mine's a tri-tip. I have a hard time nailing the inside of except for the one from Frickson. That one I nailed, but all the other ones like really rough.
Yeah. I would say chicken is probably one of my biggest, minus the wings. I feel like I've got those pretty down, but I mean, doing chicken breasts, I always overcook them. I feel like that is, if I'm not using a cheater meter, thermometer, I feel like those are, probably my biggest weakness is trying to get those on. I mean, we cooked some up tonight with my folks. We used one of the meter probes, and of course they came out perfect because we had that cheater there. But yeah, I'd say that's probably one of my biggest weaknesses is getting a chicken perfect. It's always either it's either shoe leather or you got to choke down a few beers while you're eating it.
Oof.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I know, like the one time I did do like a KCBS, the chicken I didn't even prepare for it. I said I'm not going to figure this out in a couple weeks time. I mean, we're just going to send it. We're just going to cook the shit out of it, and hopefully that skin's crunchy and there's some juice left in it.
Right.
Guess what? We didn't get last.
That's right. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Adventures of a Home Cook here. Breast can be dry. Thermometers aren't cheating. I agree. Because you can always slice up that and then put like some finishing sauce or something like that on there, and you can pop that flavor right back into it.
No, yeah, you're 100% right there. No, I mean, I like to call him a cheater meter just because, I mean, you're not having to sit there and babysit. You just get to sit there and watch it from the comfort of your seat, Yeah.
Hey, I'm fine with a cheater meter because like on Monday I was cooking in front of like 10 people. They were watching me, and I was like, I am not fucking up this cook. Like,
right.
I'm sticking the shit out of this picanha. And I bet I checked that, and guess what? I did. I got it right at medium like I wanted, but I bet I probed that bitch 40 times before it was done. Because I was on that Ninja wood fire, and like I didn't really talk to you about that. I was freaking because that thing gets super hot.
Yeah.
And that picanha turned into like this freaking softball. I mean, I've never seen one blow up like a ball of meat like that before.
Right.
And I was sitting there just rotating. I was like, I want to squeeze everything out. And in that Memphis, I was using that Memphis, and with the direct heat of that electric griddle, it was like making like this grooved like black crust in it. And I was like, oh no. So I was thankful I had that resting butter because it fixed a lot of my problems. I can tell you that. But I was definitely using the cheater meter. Absolutely was not trusting my hands.
Nice.
So speaking of Tony, Tony said his nemesis was the tri-tip. Y'all cook a lot of tri-tips over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We definitely have our fair share of tri-tips. I'd say probably my second favorite thing to cook is a tri-tip. I've done them they call it the Trisket style, where you're cooking it essentially like a brisket. But my favorite is just smoke it to about 120 and throw it on a hot griddle and sear the crap out of it for a few minutes. But yeah, no, we definitely do have our tri-tips out here.
Yeah. All right. No, dude. I mean, yeah. Once you get it down, like I feel like you got it. But yeah, I don't like the whole cutting against the grain part, like blah blah blah. I have another question on that here. I'll write it down, but I don't want to miss Johnsy because I don't want to miss Johnsy's questions in case he has to get to wherever he's at when he's not at a stoplight typing these out. Daane, when and what made you start the PNW Facebook group, and how has that gone so far? I saw that it was like 3.2 thousand or 3.4 and growing. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, it was just kind of an opportunity. I just, a buddy of mine, and I just kind of thought, why not? Let's start something and see where it goes. At first, we first started out as it was just going to be strictly Washington State, Central Washington, and then we figured we were getting people just requests from all over the Pacific Northwest, so we changed the name shortly, like I think a week or two later. And yeah, I mean, it's just turned into something fun. I did it just to share my knowledge, I guess, and learn essentially from other people around the area. Right. And it just within the last 2 years, I mean, I created it in 2016, and it's within the last 3 years or so, we just been going crazy. I mean, as far as member requests, and we're trying to keep it Pacific Northwest. But, we've been lenient on a few just to, we want that influence from other areas as well without going too far out of it, you know.
Well, that explains why I got denied. Tell you.
You got denied?
I don't know. I had to apply, and it's like, you Pacific Northwest, and I put hell no. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It might not make it.
Yeah, I seen that question. I was like, well, that shoots me out.
Right. Yeah. No,
Hey,
we try to keep it. Growing up over here, I wanted to try to keep it, it, you know, this area, but you know, it's one of those things where, you know, case by case basis, we'll accept some people.
I'm pretty sure this is an early form of bigotry, though. Like, I mean, we're segregating yourself from the rest, so okay. I mean, that's cool.
You know, why not?
If that's what you guys want, if that's how you guys want to play it, I mean, that's we'll create
war.
Yeah, I'm gonna create an Ohio, South Carolina only page.
Yeah.
And you are not welcome, Daane. How about that?
Hey,
I don't care how good that beard is. I don't care how beautiful that thing is. I don't care how many photos you send me late at night of that thing. It ain't working.
Damn it.
Oh man. So my question is, and I like to ask this one too to a lot of the foodies. What cut of any meat have you discovered because of social media that you're just like, thank God I found out about that? For me,
because of social media,
yeah.
I gotta say pork belly burn ends. If I didn't have social media, I would have no clue. I would have just said that's for bacon, you know. And the first time I tried it, I fell in love, man. I'd say that's probably the biggest thing that I can think of off the top of my head that, you know, really hit that point in my barbecue. You know, that's a money cook right there. If you want to, you know, please a crowd.
Absolutely. Speaking of pork belly burn ends, see that? Called transition.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Pros. We're pros over here. Can't do music, so walk us through this.
Yeah, so this is actually my wife had bought me this Green Mountain Trek. This was actually my first cook on it. So I just I was fresh with bees rub, so I put I believe it was either smoked rub on it and some honey and just kind of let it roll. It was I think it was probably my first time ever doing pork belly burn ends. Was that video right there?
I still have yet to do that. Yeah,
you got to try it. I mean, if you never have, you've got to give it a whirl.
I was just telling, I don't know if Daane was. I was telling you about pork belly, like in Ohio. I was telling somebody, just like literally, I was like, pork belly, you just don't get. Oh, I was talking to Too Much Welding, and I was like, man, you did pork belly today. I was like, I don't do pork belly. I can't find pork belly, and when I do find pork belly, it's the same as per pound as bacon. So it's like,
yeah,
there it is. Like, so I guess, yeah, it's one of the cuts that's just not a common, it's like a luxury. You have to go to like a luxury boutique shop to kind of
Yeah, I don't know about over there, but I found Costco is the best place to find big slabs of pork belly.
I just found out yesterday we're getting one in Canton, a half-hour drive, so I'm pretty jacked for that.
Well, there you go.
In Costco. I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm going. So many options,
right?
Yeah. Well, we find it here is big slabs of Swift.
So, yeah, Swift does the pork belly, but Swift isn't. They're kind of working their way into Ohioans, but normally it's like the pork loins you find up here. Yeah.
Right on.
But yeah, okay. Damon, what you got, man?
So all of us grow up watching our parents and everything cook, and you did too. What kind of tricks or tips did you learn from your dad that you still use today?
Oh, geez.
Or your mom.
Or was there any? Because I know me personally, I mean, everything at pork chops was just dry as all get out. They didn't have no flavor. So, I mean, you just had to adapt and overcome when you started.
Yeah, no, and that's really it is. It's kind of like, you know, well, we're not going to know how this is until we cut into it, you know. Yeah, but I wish I could say that I just can't remember anything that really sticks out. I mean, just you got to babysit it, you know, and if you don't, you're going to have a piece of charcoal to gnaw on, you know.
Right.
So yeah, it's really just about enjoying it. That's kind of what I instilled for my folks is, you know, just enjoy it, because even if it does turn out kind of shitty, it's you know, it's the joy that you had in it when you
That's
cook
right.
it. Yeah, it's
Just
gonna be
remember,
disappointing. It's gonna be disappointing, but
our shitty is better than most restaurants' best.
no, and I agree with you there. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody asks me, well, you know, we just have a new barbecue joint just open up here in town, and everybody's asking me why I haven't been to it. Well, I don't mean to knock, you know, sound arrogant, but I feel like I could probably, you know, cook something better. It tastes better to my liking. You know, I don't have to sit there and critique, you know, and judge essentially. So, but yeah, no, I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah. Real quick here is a good question. We didn't really spell out, because our friend Rose's Backyard Barbecue's from Oregon, so he does qualify in your strict orientation standards.
Right. So
what
yeah,
is the official name of the Facebook page, so people that do qualify that are, you know, get in?
Yeah, so it's a PNW smoke in the ampersand sign BBQ, and it should pop up with my logo, with the logo, and yeah, just go in there, answer the questions, and we'll get you in there.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Daane got it.
Hey, that's why we paid Damon the big bucks right there. That's why he's
Right.
extraordinaire.
But I didn't answer the question, so.
Okay, we got a good one here from Johnsy. I think a couple of us are worried about this. What is your stance on Bigfoot, and how many have you seen? And I have a question: how many have you smoked?
I mean, well, I've smoked none. But, man, you know, growing up, I would, you know, loved to have thought it was real. I mean, you hear all these things about them being this elusive creature that, you know, there be these really shady videos or pictures of a blurry, you know, object. Man, I'm on the fence. I lean towards, I don't believe it. I think it's a crock. Someone sometime long time ago thought it'd been a cool thing to pretend. But that's kind of where I'm at. I kind of feel like it's a crock.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably get a lot of flack from saying that, being from the PNW, but I never have thought they were real.
So I have breaking news. I'm the first Ohioan allowed to be in PNW. Let's go.
Yeah. So Pylon, that's Ed. He's one of our moderators. So good job, Ed.
Good job, Ed. Way to make the right choice, Ed. Appreciate you, bud.
Yeah.
I was going to burn that page to the ground.
Right.
It was going down tonight.
Yeah.
No, I like the question at the bottom. It's like, do you promise to be nice to people? Yes.
No. Yeah, right.
Maybe,
right?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, is there a C? Like, yes or no seems pretty strict. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. Good question here from the crowd. We're getting some good questions tonight. How hard is it to eat out regularly, since you cook better than most restaurants? You know, I don't care. I like when I'm not cooking every once in a while.
No, I'm the same way. You know, as far, you know, restaurants are gonna, you know, have hit and miss. It doesn't matter where you go. You know, it's like, shoot, you know, we have a barbecue joint in Wenatchee called Sweetwood Barbecue. I think it's, in my opinion, in the Pacific Northwest, one of the better barbecue joints I've ever been to. And that's because they have variety. They have specials Monday through Friday. They have a brisket cheesesteak that is to die for. I would go and eat that 10 times out of 10 than eat something that I would cook, just because it's that good. You know, and yeah, it's like, you know, I think that I could go to a restaurant and have a better burger than what I could cook. It's just one of those things. So,
Right.
yeah.
I'm
Man, brisket Phillies are so good, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, and they do beef tallow. They do all their fries in beef tallow. I mean,
Ooh.
it's deadly. But
My favorite
it's
place
good.
to do it, they caramelize the onions in the beef tallow.
Oh, really? Nice.
And they do like a garlic aioli, like right there in the house with also some. It's so good. Like,
Yeah.
I can't. Shout out Mr. Brisket Cleveland. It's awesome.
Mhm.
Nice.
But you better bring a good brisket Philly game when you're called Mr. Brisket.
True.
And it's not just MR, it's MISTER. He even makes you
Ooh.
spell it out. Like he wants
Ooh.
full enunciation of Mr. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So you better bring, and they do.
That's awesome.
Zero good barbecue in Central Oregon, Rose said. Except for if you're going over at Rose's house and eating something off the
Yeah, I was gonna say, good barbecue at Rose's.
Yeah, Rose is good. Yeah, you'll love him if you don't know him, man. Yeah, you and him are the photo kings for sure.
Nice.
So what do you got planned for the rest of 2023? Like anything big in the works?
I guess the biggest thing is I'm working on some pretty constant merch for the PNW Smoke and Barbecue. Just had some test hats made, some test shirts. So I'm hopefully within the next month or so, going live with that, starting to get that out. I mean, John Z hit up the first round of hats that I sent out. But yeah, I want to be able to spread this out, just let's, it's not even for self-profit. It's more or less just, this is a hobby of mine that I want to share with everybody,
Right.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. But if something came of it, cool, right?
well, yeah, absolutely. And another thing that I wanted to do for a few years is actually have some form of barbecue competition or cookout here somewhere locally, and just send a huge invite out. That's something that I wanted to do for a few years now. So something to definitely start planning here in the near future.
Ain't no wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's when it's good. That's when you can bring the community together that way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that that is the number one reason is, create those friendships. I mean, what better way to create a friendship with somebody that has a similar interest?
That's
so,
right.
and when you can
what's the day-to-day life of Daane, man? What we doing? We slinging steel? We sitting in an office? You look pretty behind the teller line. I mean, what
yeah. So currently, I work for Chelan County. So I have a county job working as a building permit technician. So I basically bring in building permits, or I accept building permits, make sure the plans are kosher, make sure they have all of the required certifications to break ground and start building.
That's awesome.
Question: what's harder to get from you, into PNW or a building permit?
Right. Oh shoot, that's a tough one. Anybody can apply to both, really. But gosh dang, that's a good one. I'd say probably getting into PNW Smoke and Barbecue.
Hey, open for business.
If you're from Ohio.
Glen County, we're open for business. His words, not ours. You heard it here first, folks, on the Dude Network. Another one from John's here. What's been your favorite part of sharing your cooks, of having your pages and group?
What has been your favorite part of sharing your cooks? Oh man, I would say just having the feedback. I would say that has been the integral part of doing this. I just did it to share my love, and and then seeing all these other people comment telling me that, hey, that looks amazing. It's really just kind of made my hobby and a lot more exciting, and a lot more enjoyable. I never used to be a quote unquote foodie. I just enjoyed doing what I did, and then created this Facebook group, and then you know, my Instagram I've only had going for about a year and a half. And you know, it's created these relationships, you know, as being an ambassador for Thermo Pro and an ambassador for Bees Rubs and doing all that stuff. You know, it's really just opened a lot of opportunities. And I mean, shoot, never in a million years I thought I'd be invited to be on a show, you know, talking about barbecue and, you know, the love for it. So yeah, no, I'd say that's it right there.
I always knew I'd be your first.
Yes.
Right? How did it feel?
A little rough and rugged, but we got there, baby.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, all right, here's one for you from me. Take meat out of the equation. What side dish we throwing down?
Ooh. I'd have to say mac and cheese, man. I'd say that's probably that and some Mexican street corn casserole. That's
Ooh, yeah.
I'd say that's probably two of my favorite things right there, smoked mac. And you know, I don't know what you guys do over there. We use Velveeta in our mac and cheese. That's something that we did growing up. You know, Velveeta, grandma always did Velveeta in her mac and cheese. So do that, throw it on the smoker.
I normally can't afford Velveeta, so I'm going for like the cheesy melt brand.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
As much doctoring up as we do, Velveeta doesn't need it, man. We got you can put some of that Bees Rub in there, man.
Yeah, I know. Like my mother-in-law would call it a chemical shitstorm. But yeah, no, I'd say mac and cheese and that in my corn dip that I make is probably one of my favorites for sure.
Damon will tell you we are team government cheese on TV.
Yeah.
That's that good cheese.
We love our government cheese.
That's that good mac and cheese.
Yeah.
So running off the same thing in the same topic. You don't cook barbecue every night, I'm sure.
No.
What's the go-to dish for your household, for the, you know, family, the kids, or whatever you may have?
Oh, geez. Man, we try to. We really don't have a favorite. I mean, we do a lot of chicken. You know, we do a lot of chicken thighs, chicken legs. You know, we really don't have a go-to. I mean, we don't cook one meal the same throughout the week, or even in 2 weeks. So, right on, John Z. Thanks for having me on this, bud.
We love John Z. Have fun working for the man.
Yeah, because we noticed like this ramen bowl here.
Yeah. So that's one thing my wife and I teamed up on. We had some leftover pulled pork and brisket that I just chopped up, threw it in there, added a little bit of rubs, you know, into it, and just kind of threw it together, and it just turned out to be a killer dish. I mean, that was kind of one of those things that was last minute. We had leftovers. We've never done this before. Let's give it a shot.
I definitely want to learn how to do killer ramen bowls, man, because I am not like, I just make ramen for my kids and throw away the packet and use my favorite seasoning, you know. And
right.
That's like, I mean, which is still way better than the store-bought and stuff. But no, I see that, and like, I want to really sink my teeth into one of those.
Right. Yeah. No, it was delicious. I mean, that's something that we definitely hit up again. Okay. You know, with the leftover brisket.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Your moderator is saying, tell folks they have to answer all the questions to join. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't, we're gonna decline you.
Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. But tonight we broke down barriers because Dude Network is all dudes, and dudettes are welcome. And now the floodgates are officially open. Jump in before they change their mind.
Right.
Taking over the Northwest.
Yeah, one night free for all. Everyone's PNW tonight.
Heck yeah.
Oh shit.
So one of the biggest things as we see whenever, you know, if you're scrolling through all your accounts or anything like that, one of the biggest things we see, and we could tell because you said you love steak, was this guy here.
Yeah.
So no matter where you go, we can see this guy right here.
Yeah, that was have you guys heard of Fellowship of the Grill?
Yes.
Yeah. So they had this contest back, probably I think it was last year, called Show Me the Bone, and I had to do a tomahawk, so had to take a few photo ops with it.
There's a sore, yeah, that's a sore subject for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a one and done. That was, I think I went on that rant once here before. I don't want to double down on it. It was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say, I did everything, and then I didn't even make the cut to promote the first round. My video wasn't even included in like the voting for the promotion. I was like, all right, well, that's cool. Thanks. That was like, yeah. That was a tough one. Yeah, it was cool. It had a good concept, though. I mean, the concept was there for sure.
Yeah, no, it definitely was pretty cool.
No, it's fun that they do stuff like that in there. Okay, Roses, are you familiar with Painted Hills Natural Beef?
I can't say that I am. Doesn't ring a bell. I'm not really about reading labels. So if the cut looks good, and it's got good marbling, I'll usually purchase it. But yeah, I don't really pay attention to labels too much. So
unless you're not from Pacific
right. Well, yeah, that's what Frickson beef. I gotta get some of that. It looks like they got some good stuff.
That dude box has everything.
Yes.
If you've never had beef bacon, the beef bacon alone will change your life. And
I've never had it.
Because when I was cooking on Monday and it was like on a really big podcast, I had to bring the noise, and I brought that pack of beef bacon and I used it as my jalapeno, as my pepper poppers bacon. I use it for like bacon wrapped, like onion bomb. I'm telling you, man, like that beef bacon alone is. I almost tell people like, don't try it because like you kind of get teased because you can't just go anywhere and get it.
That's right.
But yeah, like they have the tip, the picanha, the plate ribs, which are really big. Like, yeah, the dude box is we assembled a pretty good box that are pretty hard to get cuts where you can get it all in one shipment.
Yeah, I got to check that out. Where is Frickson out of?
Dakota, Minnesota. The beef cheeks are in there too, because in some states you can't really do beef cheeks. Like in Ohio, you like, not to be grotesque, but they sever the head, and technically you can't mix the severed head meat into the carcass meat. So they have to like cut the beef cheeks out and keep them stored separately from the rest of the kill. So a lot of times they're just like it's not worth going in and doing the extra work to cut out the beef cheeks. So like, it's amazing, man. But because out in California, like down there, like beef cheeks are like a way of life, especially when you get down to like the Latino parts, because it's a very affordable. I mean, when they can take it, it's a pretty affordable cut. Damon, out of that dude box, I know you got to work with some stuff you haven't really worked with, man. Like, what would you think was your favorite thing in that box? Because that's a tough one to pick.
That is a tough one. I would say if I had to pick a favorite that I want to do again, that actually turned out good for me was the beef ribs.
Yeah.
Not all of them were still good, but if I had to drive to get another set, I would want another set of beef ribs to do them all over again.
Nice. Yeah, no, I've got to check that out.
But for redemption, I want beef cheeks again because I didn't do them as well as I anticipated, and I want to do them one more time just to blow them out the water.
Yeah, no, never tried it. I gotta do some beef cheeks myself. Hard to find over here, but definitely got to do that.
I will say there's one step. I see people like Marco was saying how he finished them in that instant cooker, and we're just going on the full Foodie. This is what we do here, man. We're just like we're in the rabbit hole. We're in a tunnel right now.
No, you're good.
Like that collagen. There's a lot of collagen and a lot of fat in there, and you render it down, but it gets like that sticky. Like it gets like that sticky.
Yeah.
And so, but I've noticed that when Marco, like he puts them in that pressure cooker after he smokes them, and he just like cooks the shit out of them in that pressure cooker.
Yep.
And with some other stuff. And then I just have a feeling that if you just render that down even more, but if you put it in an apparatus where you like keep that moisture intact, you're not losing it like on the grill or smoker.
Yeah.
So I think next time I am going to I want to finish them in a pressure cooker with like some tomatoes and like some like onions and garlic cloves and stuff like that. And I think that'll be the trick, because I've only done a few of them myself.
Right on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
True story. One time I went to the butcher and I was like, "You guys got beef cheeks?" And he's like, "No." And they're like slaughtering cows as I like in the background, and like as I'm in this guy's like shop, on the shop there. And I was like, he's like, "Well, I guess I could like cut them out for you, I guess." He's like, I was like, "I tell you what, if it's worth your effort, I'll give you $2 a pound for him. All you gotta do is just cut him out." It wasn't money he was getting. He's like, "Yeah, I guess." I go in there. He hands me like 30 pounds of beef cheeks, like in one big bag, not separated, frozen. I had to go home. Like, it was so many beef cheeks that I was like, "Oh God, this is overwhelming."
Jeez,
So,
man.
yeah. So be careful when you go to a butcher and ask for shit, because sometimes they'll call your bluff and give you 30 pounds worth. I thought maybe they killed like 3 cows a day, but no, apparently that week they did like 50. It was a lot. That was a lot of beef cheeks.
Wow.
Do you work with any like local butchers, Dane, like to help you, like me? Like I've worked my local butchers to hook me up, man. Like I've taught them how to cut picanhas and stuff like that. Like I've had to, like, "Hey, I've seen this cut. Can you make this?" And I'm like, "Hey, here's the video on how you like make that." They're like, "Oh yeah, I think I can do that." Have you worked any local butchers out there?
No, I haven't. I have a friend of mine who's given me a couple of briskets from one of their Charolais cows. But other than that, I haven't really teamed up with any local butchers or any local cattle raisers. So that's something that I definitely, would like to do eventually. Just hasn't been in the cards yet.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Is there
go ahead.
Is there any like seafood that you haven't got that you want to work with? Like, I mean, is it just salmon? Like, what are some common seafoods out there on the West Coast that you might be able to get a couple hours inland? Like outside of salmon. Like, what's some other common fish that caught off Washington there, off the local fisheries?
Shoot. I mean, we've got you can get tuna, you can get as far as shellfish, we have a lot of areas over on the coast there where you can get clams, really really good butter clams, and oysters. And it's growing up, my grandparents had a beachfront property. We'd go out and dig up a few pounds of Manila butter clams and just steam those in some beer. And but yeah, I mean you got your trout, lake trout, things like that as far as fish around here. But
because you got regular trout too, like out there, like the streams, you can go trout fishing like out there in Central Washington, correct?
Yeah, we got all of the small creeks and streams and rivers around here that have the trout and steelhead that run up. And so
steelhead run, we have one in Ohio actually. Lake Erie does have steelhead, and
nice.
You can go up there on the run and get on them. I haven't. Here's one from Adventures of Home Cook, and I just like the comment. "I had grilled calamari with olive oil and lemon yesterday." That does sound fantastic.
Yeah, it does.
I see some people do like the grilled squid and the grilled octopus and all that other stuff. The grilled octopus, it looks like a lot of steps, but man, I love a good calamari. I mean,
same way.
Damon, you're down in Florence, South Carolina. I mean, like, I know it's not like a local thing there, but you're close to the coast where you can probably find it.
We probably could. I hadn't ever tried it though.
You're not a calamari guy?
No, I never tried it though, so I can't say yes or no.
Okay. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, you got to try it, Damon. I don't know if you're a seafood guy, but
yeah.
Yeah, you got it if you ever get a chance.
Get it at a decent joint.
Yeah.
Don't go to like TGI Fridays and order your calamari.
It'll be
like
paint crusted.
When you see one with like a Thai sauce or like Mediterranean finish, like something with like some oil, like someone that's like put some effort into the sauce. That's when you try it. That's when you. Yeah, don't go if it just got fried calamari and like a marinara sauce or like a dipping sauce. Like, yeah, I mean, because there's even some nice restaurants though that they just have like a Thai chili sauce that you dip it in, but it's not like that. You definitely got to go with one. You want the tentacles, like you want like the weird pieces, man. Like that way you know like you actually are getting like calamari, not
Right.
like. Was it goat intestines or something like that? They were accusing people of doing for calamari or something. Daane?
Oh wow, no, never heard of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a theory. It's one of them like conspiracies, you know.
Gotcha.
You know, like PNW lets people in from Ohio. Like it's a rumor.
There's a rumor.
That's man. I think a company sent me some fresh gag grouper on this week, so I'm gonna be trying some fresh grouper, and I love. Are they gonna do grouper tacos?
Nice. Yeah, I've never had grouper before. That's something that I've definitely wanted to try.
Yeah, I want to do some garlic citrus blackened. I think grouper tacos.
Yeah,
nice.
That's my number two. That's my number two fish, man.
Yeah,
grouper. Oh man, grouper and snapper are like right there. But I'm going grouper over snapper. I'm team grouper over snapper.
Yeah, no, I got to try some of that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean you have it fresh off the Gulf once, man. It'll spoil a person.
Mm-hmm.
Damon.
We got. I seen one pop up a while ago from T. Carmack. We can throw it.
Yeah.
Do you have any food or culinary mentors or idols? If so, and why?
Oh man. Gosh, I'm just one of those guys. I don't have any specific one per se. I'm all about researching and doing the footwork to try to find, just all the information I can on certain cooks,
Right.
Whether it's, how to barbecue right with Malcolm Reed, the Meat Church, whatever. I'm trying to find, new recipes, ideas on different ideas on how to cook certain things.
That's right.
So I can't really say that I have one. It's but yeah.
Yeah, because that's a good way to be. I mean, you take a little bit from this guy, you can take a little bit from this guy, and a little bit from this one, and you can mix it with your own, and then you're making it your own.
Yep. So
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because I'm the same way.
Sockeye season is in season.
Sockeye is in season.
Yeah, no, I think Sockeye just opened up, if I'm not mistaken, up here on the Columbia. So,
time to get them poles out, get them snagging hooks out.
Right?
Can you snag up there?
No, nope. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, you can't. No, for sure. But
I think in Michigan, the way they get around that is they wrap some colorful yarn around some treble hooks and just say, "Oh yeah, right in the mouth, got it."
Yeah. No, there you go.
My words, not yours, right?
Right. Yep.
No, final thoughts here. Damon, one more here. I'll get out and then we'll send everybody out to a happy Sunday Eve and off to the Sunday evening and Monday morning Eve. Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming on. I think you shared a lot. I mean, every question I've got wrote down has been answered. So
right on. Cool. Yeah, no, I'm just stoked you guys had me on here. I had fun for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what it's about.
Well, hey man, we definitely love the fact that you're from the Pacific Northwest. Like I said, it doesn't feel it's not as concentrated up there with ideas and like the style and all that. So it was definitely a good nerd session for us. And
yeah,
and with you and your following you got going up there, man, you got good stuff going. You got some killer photos and you got some killer cooks. We loved having you on, man, and thanks for opening that big old beautiful red bearded brain of yours.
You got it anytime.
Yeah, and no, and one last time, man, give us your plugs. Tell us where we can find you at and everything like that before we get you out of here.
Yeah. Find me on Instagram, PNW _smoke_BBQ, and then Facebook, PNW smoke the ampersand BBQ. That's where you can find me.
That's it, man.
All right. Well, dudes and dudettes, we thank and love each and every one of you. We had an amazing show on Friday. We had an amazing show tonight, and we have a double header on Friday.
That's right.
We have, I want to look up his last name here, but I know for sure we have the head coach of Oakland City University, Ken French, coming on. And then we have Vince Guerrieri, author of Weirdest Moments in Cleveland Sports History. So we're going to have an author and we're going to have a basketball coach out of Indiana on. So it'll be quite the variety show on Friday. Damon, who do we got next Sunday on here?
We can't tell a secret. You like it to keep secret, so we're gonna keep it a
I
secret.
try to get it out of you, man. You're sharp.
You ain't getting it out of me.
I like you on Friday when you're under the influence of garage beers. You're easier to manipulate.
You know.
I don't like this stone cold sober Damon over here.
Speaking of garage beer, we don't have any of that over here. Got to find some.
Not yet. We're working on it. We're starting a trend. Nice. The problem is like they launched in Ohio and like Indiana and Kentucky, and then like the whole Bud Light thing went down, and like everybody was like, "I need a new beer." So now it's like when you find it, there's empty holes on the shelves where it used to be when you find it out here. So like they're keeping up, but yeah, it's been a wild couple months for them for sure. Yeah. They never in a million years thought the timing of the way it's going to be went, So
right on.
Yeah, but no, garage beer will be coming to all 50 states. And just remember, everybody, you heard it here first on the Dude Network. Daane, thank you so much. Damon, thank you so much. As always, thanks for getting all the studios.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem. And everybody wonders why everything looks so good on here. It's because of Damon. So thank you, Damon. Always hooking it up here. Congratulations to Damon on third place and the communist judges that didn't give you first or second yesterday.
Yeah, it's all good.
Hey,
we'll make it right.
Chicken Dog. Third place winner.
That's right.
Daane at Back Porch Barbecue. Congratulations
right
on that.
Appreciate
Daane, keep on rocking, man. Keep the positive
vibes
guys. On, man. Help keep this barbecue community going and going in the right direction. We'll see you guys next time.
All right, later.